Hey everyone, you're watching The Esperanza 243. Another book reading day. I love it. I just want to talk about a few things before starting the book reading. Before I start the book reading. I just wanted to let you all know that I've actually been working on a new book since January, I believe. And it's actually going really good. Or not so good, I should say, because like I've been having writer's block for it's a chapter book, so I was stuck on chapter 4 for about a week and a half, and now I'm stuck on chapter 6. Or wait a second. My best friend is stuck on chapter 6. I forgot that one of my best friends is helping me write this book. I'm calling it Trouble in the Making. And I think I'm actually going to keep that title, despite the fact that the title will probably change once the book is published. But anyways, my best friend and I are like alternating chapters. So I do all the odd chapters, she does the even chapters. But the thing is, this book I'm doing differently than any other book I've written. I'm having 2 narrations in it, first person and third person. So it's going to be an interesting book. I'm going to read out of my diary because I actually figured out how to, where is it? I figured out how to describe the book in a certain amount of sentences, and I succeeded. So, where did I find it? Where did I write it? That's the movie. Oh, come on. I know I figured out the plot. Oh, here we go. It's not a definite book synopsis that I'm going to use, but at least it's a start, because I know that the book synopsis will be in first person. I'm going to have it in the main character's point of view. But right now I'm just going to have a brief description of it. Where did I start? It's about a girl named Tina. Her dad is a scientist. One of his experiments blows up the house, but he and his test subject, Katie, survived. They live a few counties over. Katie gets experimented, and she grows up to look exactly like Tina. But that's where the similarities end. Imagine what would happen if Katie was stalking Tina. All the possibilities. So that's exciting. What I love about this book is that me and my best friend alternate chapters. She does the even chapters, I do the odd ones. And the even chapters are in first person. And the main character is Tina, obviously. And so all the odd chapters are in third person and about Katie. So it's really interesting because like I'm making sure that as you're reading the book, you're going to watch them live their lives regularly while the other is trying to figure out, that is where I'm going to stop. Because that will be... Oh, one more thing. It's still about the same book, Trouble in the Making. I have actually been working on a particular scene later on in the book. I wish I could explain it to you, but it's one of the important scenes, actually. And as me and my best friend were working on that particular scene, I realized that the scene is actually the ending. The scene is actually the ending. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because now that I have the ending, I just need to figure out how to get the rest of the book to that point. But I mean, it's writing scenes that'll happen later on in the book helps me a lot because it helps me try to get from point A to point B. And now I got the movie Stick It in my head. Missy Peregrine, you are awesome. Great, now I gotta write that down. I am gonna check the time real quick and then start the book reading. Dang it! Dang it! Alright, well at least I know where to... Let's get this book started. I'm not going to do a debriefing on it because I want to make sure I get as much as I can in this. So I was only supposed to do how many? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. I should be doing this off the video, but so now I have 2 left. Alrighty, sorry about that. A Cinderella Tale. Since Cordelia had moved, she did not send word to certain people that she had moved. When her grandmothers received the invitation 2 days later, she was surprised. Ashley had merely gotten a glimpse of it before Agatha snatched it out of her hand. "Sir Edric is back in town," her stepmother squealed. "Oh, I must tell the boys. Perhaps they might meet a woman to settle down with." Agatha started to walk away in search of her sons. "Stepmother?" Ashley called. The woman stopped and turned toward her. Ashley hesitated. "May I go? The invitation says all eligible women in the house could come." "I suppose you would think you would go and fall madly in love with someone, she sneered. Her stepmother thought for a moment. "Well, I suppose you could, if you can finish all your chores when you get ready. Oh, when we get ready." "Oh, what would you wear?" Ashley gasped and covered her mouth. Her face showed she was shocked, but her eyes looked hurt. "That's right. You do not have anything else but what you're wearing." "Ashley, where are you?" Cornelius called out. "I need you to do something." "Go tend to your stepbrother. Meanwhile, I will be in the parlor." The young woman rushed to help Cornelius. "Cornelius, give it up. You do not need this raggedy thing," Sterling said as Ashley came closer to one of her stepbrother's rooms. "Ashley, get that thing away from him. I am not ready to throw it out," he yelled. She noticed Sterling was holding an old journal. It looked as if its bind could break any second. "Give it back, little brother!" His little brother tossed it to Ashley. She caught it perfectly. "Toss that out, would you, Ashley?" Sterling commanded. "Do it quick before Cornelius tries to take it back." Cornelius gave her a deep glare. She widened her eyes. The next second, he lunged toward her. She gasped and ran off. She ran down the hall to the stairs. He was getting closer. She thought quick and sat on the stairs handle, and then she slid down. Ashley quickly realized she couldn't throw it outside. He would still get it back. Get it. She ran quickly to the small room connected to the dining room and tossed it into the lit fireplace. Cornelius arrived in time to see his old journal being burned in the fire. He was furious. "How dare you!" he bellowed loudly. He looked around and saw a book. It was Black Beauty, the autobiography of a horse, by Anna Sewell. Her father had given it to her before he died. Cornelius lunged for the book and dangled it in front of the fire. "No! Please, no!" she cried. He leaned toward the fireplace. The fire sparked, sending cinders out. A few of the cinders touched the book. "What is this noise?" Agatha called, coming into the room. "She burned my journal, Mother," he told her. "Did you?" She gave her a cold look. "Did you?" "Yes, ma'am," she replied. Agatha widened her eyes in anger. "I was doing what Sterling told me to do. He said to toss it out before his brother tried to get it back." Suddenly her stepmother became even more furious. "How dare you talk back!" she yelled. She thought quick and pulled out a piece of paper. "That is it. You are not to leave this house until every chore is done. Here's a list of it all." She let it drop to the floor. "Come, Cornelius, we are going to the market." Cornelius dropped the book. Ashley gasped as it landed in the flames. "No!" she cried. She hurried to the fireplace and leaned on its bricks. Tears rolled down her cheeks. The red-orange flames licked at the book before the pages turned black and joined the flames. The book burnt to a crisp. She swallowed and wiped her tears away. She slowly picked up the list and sat in her little chair. In a matter of minutes, her stepmother and stepbrothers were out the door. She quietly read the list. It was really long. There were a lot of chores to do. How could she finish it all and still have time to go to the ball? She sighed nervously and then got out of her chair. She decided to do one of the chores that required going outside, taking out the trash. As she poured the contents of a wastebasket in a wooden dumpster, she heard a noise. She looked around and saw an orange calico cat. "Dexter, what are you doing here?" she whispered. Her cat came up to her and rubbed himself against her legs. She bent down to pet him. Then she noticed something wrapped around his collar. She took it off. It was a piece of paper. Ashley unfolded it and gasped. Someone had left a message. Ashley, when I saw this cat, I had a feeling it was ours. Please let me know you are well. I am worried if grandmother is treating you harshly. Signed, Cordelia. Ashley quickly picked up her cat and brought him inside. She placed him on a table. Stay there, Dexter. The cat sat down and watched her grab paper and a fountain pen. She started writing a note, telling of her situation and of the invitation. Then she folded the paper and wrapped it around her cat's collar. She picked up the cat and took him outside. Take this to Cordelia, she whispered to him. You know where to find her. She put him down and let go. He ran off. Within an hour, Ashley had finished several chores, and her stepfamily returned. That was not all who returned. Not long after they went upstairs, did Ashley hear a knock at the front door. She went to answer it. The caller was Cordelia. Oh, Ashley, has Agatha returned? What has she done to you? She questioned. She has not done a thing, which scares me, she replied. I fear she is coming up with a plan to keep me inside the house. She will not let you go to the ball? Cordelia hissed. Ashley, whoever is at the door, send them away. We will not accept any callers unless it's the carriage picking us up. Agatha called out. Yes, ma'am. The ball is tonight? Her niece whispered. I did not know. I only got a glimpse of the invitation. She looked in the direction of her stepmother. You better go. Agatha will get upset if she finds you are here. Cordelia agreed with her and turned to leave. Remember what I said. You are welcome to live with me whenever you leave this place. Ashley smiled. Thank you, Cordelia. I really appreciate that. Will you be going to the ball? After finding out grandmother and father will be there. She paused. I should not, but I will. I want to see if father finds someone to wed. Several hours later, Agatha and her sons were ready. Ashley was still doing chores. Ashley, where are my flowers? Her stepmother cried. She rolled her eyes and hurried to grab a bouquet of flowers and 2 individual flowers. Whoops. She rolled her eyes and hurried to grab a bouquet of flowers and 2 individual flowers. She handed the bouquet to Agatha and then pinned a flower on each stepbrother. Let's find out if you young men are prepared, Agatha said. Cornelius, what would you say to a lady to entice her to your arm? Sorry, hang on a second. Oh gosh. Cornelius, what would you say to a lady to entice her to your arm? But soft, what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and you are the sun. He quoted from Romeo and Juliet. His mother smiled awkwardly, remembering how the play ended. What about you, Sterling? What would you say? Out of all the women here, I find you more pleasant. Agatha became surprised as Ashley kept herself quiet, though she was trying hard not to smile. Her stepmother saw her trying to hide the smile. And that is where I'm going to stop. Bing bing! Oh well, I hope you all enjoyed it. Please comment below and tell me what you think. I will be here waiting patiently. So, this is the Esperanza 243 signing off.